People aren't going to go to your website unless you pull them in. You got to reach out and grab them by the throat and bring them to you. I'm serious. I mean, this is what we want to do. We want to pull them. Here's how I do it. When I first started getting into this, I did a million seminars and radio shows and all this wonderful stuff. Here's what I love, especially on radio shows. I'd be interviewed by somebody, and they'd have a whole bunch of listeners and everything. And we had, like Harv would be interviewing me, and we'd get right down by the end. And I had a little clock on my desk that told me right when we were getting down by the end. And I'd say, you know, Harv, thanks for so much for having me on your radio program today. I really, really appreciate it. And, you know, I hope everybody has the opportunity to go to the website. We have a lot of good information there for them. And I just hope they, you know, that they go there. It's www.internetmarketinggroup.com. Thanks very much for having me. How many people do you think went to my website? None. I mean, I don't know, I'm none, but almost none. After a little while, I don't do too many of them that way, before I learn that I want to hook them. Harv mentioned earlier, had that nice big gaff hook up here. We're going to hook them. Here's what we want to do, and this was so funny. I'd say, Harv, thanks so much for having me on your radio program today. I really appreciate being here. We've covered a lot of ideas that I hope your listeners are going to be able to use and implement immediately to improve the success of their website. Unfortunately, I see we only have a couple minutes left, and we're not going to have time to cover some of the most important information. I mean, these are the mistakes that people make. See, I've identified, Harv, 10 fatal flaws. I mean, these are mistakes that if any one of the listeners hears them today, and they make any one of these mistakes, they are doomed to fail on the internet. That's just the way I said it. Doomed. Yeah, I love that. You know, we're going to send that hook flying. Doomed to fail on the internet. And unfortunately, we don't have time to cover that today. Love that. You know. So the good news, Harv, is this. Don't worry. Your listeners are going to get a lot of great information. All they have to do is go to our website, www.internetmarketinggroup.com, and download the free report, 10 fatal flaws that you don't want to make on the internet, marketing on the internet. Do you think that my things went up? Hey, thank you. Wow. Hey, I'll tell you, that one simple idea went from getting almost no leads at the website, nobody filling out my form, taking my action, to a bunch. Simple, it's easy. 2 tricks. 1, you have to have a hook. You have to bring people to your site. 2, it's